Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Petty family. This is Views from the 22 coming from you from the Scene Network on YouTube. All right, Vic Jr. gonna be hosting today. All right, they gave me this assignment. I'm not gonna say no to the assignments given by Mosif and Germ. I just can't do it. So I am now your host. Shout out to everybody that will be joining us soon. If you're not on our groups, check out our views from the 22 page. Check out 94 Feet of Life. Check out Stoppage Time FC. Check out Petty in the Outfield. If I'm missing any groups, I apologize. But real quick, let's get to the fellas here. First and foremost, Germ So True. He said he got some heat for me today. Let me see what he's talking about. What
Hey
up, Germ? Talking to
man,
people.
back up on my bullish, back up on the scene, back with the views crew on that Sunday morning team. Let's go, man. Let's just go, man. I don't even listen. We pulling Janae out on these folks today. It's going. Let's go.
All right. Mo, we
Yes,
got here
sir.
Mo Schefter,
Yes.
finally able to join us after a
Yes.
crazy winter he had. No need to speak anymore on that, but go ahead, talk to the people.
What you want me to do? I'm sorry. I'm back. We about to show y'all what we got. Go ahead, Jay.
Yo, no, hold on. And then finally, the Godfather himself. Oh my God, he is on the show. He know how excited I get for when he get on the show. Talk to the people, Jay.
Hey man, week 17, man. It's week 17, but it's playoff football today, baby. I'm just
Yeah.
here to let the people know for y'all slow ass teams. No playoffs for you. That's my only role today. That's all I'm here for.
Hey, Mick. Mick.
Yeah, no, I mean,
Ah.
yo, definitely this week 17 is gonna be crazy. Like I said before, to me it felt like this season it went at a good pace. When we get to this time, it feels like everything went by so fast. And like a little bit me like says like this was a good season. It was good to enjoy despite everything we've been going through. I'm gonna pass it in a second to Mo. He's gonna give us the playoff implications of what's going on this week. But first and foremost, before he gets to that, I want to get to this COVID news real quick. I'm not going to get too in depth with it. It's just some players that are key players that are out for these games for these playoff teams. First, we got the Saints running back Alvin Kamara is out with COVID news. I don't know again if it's something he has or if it's tracing. He's been around somebody. We saw the outstanding game he had last week, but he is out for this game. We got Devin White and Shaq Barrett out for the Buccaneers due to some COVID related things. We have Sam Koch. All right, I'm gonna pronounce it that way just so that I don't get it. I don't have to have a pause moment here because it's spelled Koch. All
That's
right,
not how it's pronounced.
okay. So we're gonna leave it like that for now. He is the Ravens punter. Okay, and that's big because again, this is a team that relies a lot on field position and stuff like that.
That
Yes.
man
So
said
that's
no HR for me.
so he is out due to COVID related symptoms, or situation, whatever you want to call it. Ryan Fitzpatrick, quarterback for the Dolphins. Y'all know how much me and Germ call for him to be the quarterback for the Dolphins right now.
Me
So he,
too.
oh, and I mean, yeah, and I mean,
Don't leave me out of this. Don't leave me out of this one.
Okay.
we
All
just
right.
we're just called me and Germ is just called the Tua haters right now. So
Oh well,
anyhow,
yeah, that's yeah.
yeah, we'll get to that. We'll get to that a little bit later. Joe Hayden, Steelers cornerback, is also out, and Cooper Kupp, Rams wide receiver, along with Jared Goff being out. Now you got one of your best wide receivers out with COVID, and lastly, Steven Gostkowski, the kicker for the Titans, is also out with some COVID. So that's a lot of COVID news there. But again, I'm gonna pass it to Mo here with any playoff implications. I know there is a lot of scenarios that are gonna be figured out today.
Yeah. I mean, basically, I don't know if Vic, if you want me to handle the news one time or if you want me to get back to the news and after I do this, however you
Yeah,
want to
yeah,
do
no,
it.
handle both playoff implications and the news that you got, whichever
Okay.
order you want to handle
Well, then
first.
let me take one more sip of coffee because there's a lot of information.
Let's do it.
All right. So basically, in the AFC, the only team that's clinched an actual seed is KC. They are the number one seed. That's settled. 2 through 7 is still very much up in the air. 2 and 3 can go between Buffalo and Pittsburgh, and then 4 through 7 is, I mean, essentially a crapshoot between Colts, Titans, Dolphins, Ravens. Those 4 teams are fighting for 3 spots with the, I believe the Colts, so I'll get to all this, being the ones most in need of some teams losing and themselves winning. So the Colts don't win, don't matter what else happens, they don't get in.
Don't forget the Browns, Mo.
Oh, and the Browns. I know I'm forgetting somebody. So let me jump all to this because it's a lot. So let's just start with the number 1 seed in the NFC. Green Bay wins, Green Bay is in. If Green Bay wins, if Green Bay loses and New Orleans loses, Seattle becomes the number 1 seed. If Green Bay loses and Seattle loses and the Saints win, the Saints become the number 1 seed. So that's the number 1 seed for the NFC. As for the number 4 seed, being the NFC East title, this one is kind of simple. Washington wins and they're in. If Washington loses, then the earlier game between the Giants and the Cowboys, the winner of that game will win the division if Washington loses. But the good news for Washington, Alex Smith is starting, and Dwayne Haskins is no longer on the roster. AFC now. Just wait for it here. Titans. They need a win or a Baltimore, Indy, or Miami loss. Dolphins. They need a win or Baltimore, Cleveland, or Indianapolis loss. I know this a lot. When we get to the individual games, I'll bring all these back up again. Ravens. They need to win or Cleveland or the Colts lose. One or the other, not both. The Browns, they need to win or Indy loses, or they need a Tennessee loss plus Baltimore, Indy, and Miami winning. So the winner of the AFC South has implications on the Cleveland Browns. Keep that in mind. And then for the Colts, they need to win, and they need to have one of the following: Tennessee plus Baltimore losing, Cleveland plus Miami losing. That's a lot. So if they don't, that not only do they need to win, they need some teams to lose as well. And that's a lot to ask in a week 17. But because of that 7th seed, this is where that 7th seed, honestly, this was the NFL's goal. And I got to give him credit. I was against this, but just seeing how it's played out in year 1, this has been a fantastic idea. It has added a lot more excitement to week 17. It has added a lot more significance to that number 1 seed. And it has added a full slate of wild card weekend. 1 through 11, 1 Eastern through 11 Eastern. You're going to be in front of that TV both Saturday and Sunday watching playoff games. And that is very significant when you consider the $4 billion loss in revenue they've had this year. That playoff commercial money is going to play big in the NFL, making up some revenue for that. So, hey, shout out to the NFL. They are not the most popular group in the world, but damn it, they know how to run a business. You got to get them at least that much.
So pretty much, is this something that's considered like they adapted for like the rest of whatever, or is this just this year? Because it sounds like something that they're probably going to talk about adapting for a long time now.
Yeah.
I would bank on it being 7 going out, because I think I think it's going to go well.
Right.
You know what I'm saying, as well, just throughout the course of the playoffs in general. So we look up again next year, especially like Chef was just saying, it put that much of an impact on week 17.
Right.
In the way that it does. And if you're losing that and you're getting that back in playoff revenue, and who likes anything better than round the clock football or basketball in our world?
For real.
Amen.
All right, so real quick.
A couple more things. Now on the NFC side, I told you it's a lot. On the NFC side, the Rams need to win or have the Bears lose. The Bears need to win or have the Cardinals lose, and the Cardinals simply win and get in. So that Cardinals-Rams game is
Thank you.
absolutely crucial. Crucial. But if the Bears win, they get in. And obviously the Rams and the Cardinals go head to head. So one of those teams will lose. So the Bears, you got to beat Aaron Rodgers and you get into the playoffs. And we'll see what that happens again. Again, for that number 1 seed, Green Bay has to win. Green Bay loses and Seattle wins and the Saints win. Saints get it. Green Bay win, they get it. Seahawks, they need to win, plus have New Orleans and Green Bay lose. So a lot happening there. A lot. But like I said, when we get to the games, we'll get more into it and just refresh everybody's memory on that.
Yeah.
And then on the news side, Vic, I'm sorry, let me just get through this part quick.
Go ahead.
Atlanta, they interviewed Raheem Morris, the interim head coach for the permanent job. I think honestly, he's earned it, if you ask me. Not often does the interim coach end up getting the full-time hire, but the way that defense was able to be turned around in the middle of a pandemic, in the middle of the season, with all these injuries, you got to give that man a whole lot of credit, and it'll be interesting to see just how motivated that team is to play for him one more final time, possibly. They've also looked into Todd Bowles, defensive coordinator for the Bucs, Arthur Smith, the offensive coordinator for the Titans, who replaced Matt LaFleur when he got hired by Green Bay, and Brandon Staley, former Broncos linebackers coach, I believe, as well as Rams defensive coordinator now. And I think if you look at the Broncos, how well those linebackers have played, especially the inside linebackers, despite them really not being great football players, and also this Rams defense, how it has absolutely catapulted to being one of the best run defenses in the NFL. Forget the passing game, because you could attribute a lot of that to Jalen Ramsey. But the fact that that front seven has played and performed to the level they have, Brandon Staley deserves a lot of credit. And if I'm the Rams, I'm finding a way to keep him, because there's no way we have Aaron Donald and we don't rank in the top 8 in run defense. And finally, for the first time, I believe, since Jeff Fisher left, maybe, I don't even know if it's been there. I don't know the last time the Rams have been this good against the run. And they should never be lower than top 8 when you have the best player in the world. Atlanta still, they're probably going to hire Rick Smith, former Texans GM, to be their general manager. Good for him. He more than definitely deserves a job in the NFL after Bill O'Brien sabotaged his career, franchise, and every good thing he did in Houston. Carolina, they're interviewing Jerry Reese, former Giants GM, and Detroit is looking at Thomas Dimitroff or John Schneider. Now, if they get one of those two, this is Detroit. So the chances are they're going to probably strike out on both. But if they end up getting one of these two, look out for some major changes in Detroit, as well as Marvin Lewis and Robert Salah, Eric Bieniemy. We talked about Arthur Smith, Darrell Bevell, Jim Caldwell, Gerard Mayo, believe it or not, Josh McDaniels. All these guys are basically interviewing for all those jobs I just mentioned. A lot of names being thrown out there. The two biggest news, Adam Gase fired. And then the Jaguars, they fired Doug Marrone. Needed to be done, especially when you bring in a coach like Urban Meyer, who is the new head coach of the Jacksonville Jaguars. I'll leave it at that, because I know that's a lot. So
yeah, no, I mean, I'm pretty sure we'll get to a lot of that in the offseason as well.
Yes.
So real quick, I'm gonna get to the chat. Thank you to everybody that has joined us. I got Big Shot here. We got Trav here. We got April, of course. We got Leon Williams, Lester. Everybody's on. We got, looks like Chandra is also here. But real quick, it's I don't know. Lester is breaking some news here in which saying Carson Wentz has just asked for a trade. So I don't know, Mo, if you want to confirm that.
It's confirmed that he said in the offseason he'll be going to ask for a trade. He actually is confirmed. He'll be asking for that. He said the relationship with those two are him and Doug Peterson is damaged beyond repair. Yeah. So he'll be asking for a trade this offseason.
That's another interesting storyline that's gonna happen. I don't know, Mo.
So now I got a whole list of key and marquee free agents, baby. And I'm about to put Carson Wentz on this list, baby.
Get rid of Doug. Don't get rid of Wentz.
Yo, please. Anyway, like I said, we'll get to that. Thanks for everybody that's on the chat right now. So anything else we need to get out before we get to these games?
Let's get to these games, bro, because I just took up so much time. I apologize.
Before we get to these games, everybody stay tuned. I got some heat for the guys later on after this. All right, it should be fun. But the first game, Mo, I got on my docket is Falcons at the Buccaneers. Real quick, I know, Mo, you're gonna get to the spread, but real quick, the Falcons have Darqueze Dennard, Julio Jones, and Brandon Powell are out. For the Buccaneers, we got Jeremiah Ledbetter and Carlton Davis as doubtful. Like I said earlier, we got Devin Thomas Devin White and Shaq Barrett out with COVID-related symptoms. So, Mo, if you want to go first on this game.
Yeah, Carlton Davis is inactive. They just announced that a couple minutes ago. Like Vic said, the 4-11 Falcons were actually the last place team in the NFC. When I looked at that, I was like, wait, what?
Wow.
I know. So, I mean, Dan Quinn just you start off 0-6. There's nothing you can do at that point. You know what I mean? They're going to play the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who are 10-5 and trying to secure that 5th seed. They win. They do indeed secure that 5th seed. Over under this game is 50. The Buccaneers, it's been flirting with 7, 6, 6.5, 7.5. The final line is 7.5 according to Vegas. I'm gonna say this. I think this is a game that Tampa Bay needs to win and win with a statement. And they can't be down 21-0 and all that stuff. They need to come out and continue to play the way they've played, continue to execute. As I said last week, continue to build continuity, confidence, and consistency. And I expect to see all those things again today. It seems like that offense is finally gelling. They are figuring it out. They are doing, honestly, fellas, let's pat ourselves on the back, not to brag, but they're doing everything we've been telling them to do for the last 15, 14 weeks, and they're finally doing it. So good for them, and we'll get to the lab on that later on this week as we prepare for the wild card matchups. And the defense, despite Vita Vea, they are still very stout against the run. Steve McClendon, the midseason acquisition, a huge part of that, and obviously those two linebackers, a big part of that. A shout out to Ndamukong Suh, who is still playing elite level interior defensive lineman. Give me the Buccaneers to win and to cover 35-20.
Sure.
Hey, man, just real simple, man. Just give me the Bucks. Take care of business. You better take care of your business. 28-17 Bucks.
JJ.
Bucks, a lot to a little. Eight-town stump on that, Chief.
Yeah. So real quick, we got my guy Mike Evans. You know, I'm a big fan of him. 40 more yards for 1,000. That big 1,000 mark that is required by these receivers. He will be the first player ever to have 7 straight seasons.
Only Randy Moss.
Well, Randy has 6.
I thought Randy had 7 too.
Yeah, I thought they were tied, but I mean we'll double check that. Either way,
either or, you and your elite company. That's elite.
Right. That's pretty good. 7 straight seasons, because again, it's very hard to be consistent in the NFL
at wide receiver.
At wide receiver too. Mm-hmm. You know, so for him to have 7 seasons of 1,000 yards, if he could get to 40 today, and we know how up and down they've been between him and Brady. I mean, I'm looking forward to next season already to see what they can do with a year under their belt and stuff like that. But we'll get to that. Yeah, we'll get to that. Let's not.
We got 4 more weeks of football to look forward to.
Let's look for the playoff. So, do you want to cover anything with that playoff picture again, Mo? In terms of
the Buccaneers need to win in order to get that 5th seed. If they lose and the Rams end up beating the Cardinals, then the Buccaneers will fall to that 6th seed. But with no Goff and no Cooper Kupp, it's very unlikely, but still possible. Right. So, but they win, they secure it.
All right, so on to the next game. I got Dolphins and Bills on the docket here. Of course, these are, again, like Mo said, 2 teams that are, with playoff implications here. Mm-hmm. On this game are huge. Real quick with the injuries, I got Jakeem Grant, Solomon Kinley, He's the guard. He's one of the guards for the Dolphins. Shaq Lawson and Devontae Parker, the wide receiver, all questionable. For the Bills, Cole Beasley is out with a knee injury, as well as tight ends Reggie Gallman and Tyler Croft are also out. So those are some big pieces there because Cole Beasley has been one of the best number twos, you can say, in the league. Not only a slot receiver, but he has been a great number two for the Bills. And then the two tight ends are some very important run blockers and pass blockers for the Bills. But go ahead, Mo.
Yeah, so the over-under in this game is, where is it? There it is. Over-under in this game is 43.5. You said Josh Allen is out?
No. That was Cole Beasley. Cole Beasley is out. Why did you get any other news?
Oh, maybe I do that because I have Miami as a 5-point favorite, but I think that's a mistake on my part. That's got to be a mistake on my part.
It says a -3 here for me on the spread.
For Buffalo? If it says -3, then it's for Buffalo.
Yes, because you're going to Buffalo's.
Right.
Yeah, they're going to Buffalo.
According to Vegas, the line right now is -5. Miami is 10-5. Buffalo is 12-3. So Buffalo has to win in order to secure that number 2 seed. If they lose, then it gives Pittsburgh the opportunity to jump them. And if Pittsburgh wins and Buffalo loses, Pittsburgh is number 2. If Pittsburgh wins and Buffalo wins, if Buffalo loses and Pittsburgh loses, then Buffalo just stays at 2. For Miami, of the one of 16 possible playoff scenarios for the Dolphins, only one of those scenarios has them out of the playoffs. So they win, they're in. They lose, they need all these other teams to lose to win in order for them not to make it. Possible. Like, even though it's only one, it still leaves that one time. Shout out to the Little Giants. That still leaves one time. And it's very, very likely it could happen. So again, win, you're in. Lose, well, guess what? Now you got to root for the Jacksonville Jaguars to go out there and beat Phillip Rivers with whoever the hell they found walking down 95 to start as quarterback for Duval County. I'm going regardless of it. You know how I feel. I'm going to stay true to my word. Shout out to my brother. I'm going to stay true to my word. The Dolphins would have been in and would have been a contender if the Beard was starting. Yes, I'm biased. Give me the Bills.
Jerm?
I'm taking the Dolphins because I think the Bills are going to allow them to get in.
I don't like that, Jerm. You know I don't like that.
I don't like that either because you know what I said about another one of these games. Knock these folks out and let them know that you ain't playing with them.
Yo.
I just think the Dolphins are going to get in because it just is what it is. But just give me the Dolphins. Give me the Dolphins 20, 25, 20, 22.
Jay?
Yeah, man. Bill circled the wagons, man, with the late field goal. They secured the 2 spot. I don't have no score. They just win by 1, 2, or 3.
Now I think ultimately the Bills do win this game, even if they rest starters. The Tua experiment just not working out, in my opinion. We're gonna see again, like right now the pressure is all on him, which is crazy. Now he doesn't have to worry about Fitzpatrick coming into the game. He needs to focus on his game and get his team into the playoffs. But I got the Bills on this one. And then next game on the docket, I got Steelers at the Browns. This is another 1:00 start. Real quick for the Steelers. It looks like Ben Roethlisberger, Marquise Pouncey, Cam Hayward, T.J. Watt, Chris Boswell, Terrell Edmonds, Joe Hayden, and Deion Kane will all be unavailable for this game. As for the Browns, you got Nick Harris, who is out with a knee injury. You got the linebackers, Tay Davis, who is also out, Kendall Ham, and Sian Takitaki, Jerm. I don't know if you know how to pronounce that, if I got it right.
Just say Taki.
Takitaki, he is questionable. And Wyatt Teller, the outstanding guard for the Browns, is also questionable in this game. Mo, you want to cover?
Yeah, so Wyatt Teller is actually expected to play. He is active now. They just announced it a couple minutes ago. Where did I put this game? Where are they? I'm all over.
Real quick, Leon Williams. If the Bears make the playoffs, you got your lab session during this week.
Oh, there it is. There it is. Yeah, sure. I agree with that. Cleveland -4 in this game because of all the inactives for the Steelers. Over/under is 41. Cleveland is 10-5. So the game we mentioned previously, Buffalo versus Miami. If Miami wins, the Browns basically lose every tiebreaker to Miami. So the Browns need to win. If they win, if they lose rather, they got to make sure that the Colts lose or the Dolphins lose and they get in. So big game for them regardless because they win.
Well, they hold a tiebreaker over both of the AFC South secondary teams. So that's the reason why. And them and the Ravens hold the tiebreaker over the Colts.
Right.
But they don't hold it over the Titans. So if the Titans lose and then the Colts win, the Colts would jump. The Colts would jump to the division leader, and that may actually push them or the Browns out.
Right. So if the Browns lose, they need the Colts to lose.
Correct.
Or the Dolphins. One or the
other. Or
other.
the Ravens.
I think there's a scenario where the Ravens and the Browns both get in, even if they lose, depending on because it's the Colts.
Okay, got you.
The Colts the Colts could either finish 7 or 4. That's the tricky part about the Colts. That's what makes it so hard. That's why there's all these different scenarios because you got a team fighting for a wild card, and that not even the 5th, the 6th, or the 7th, but they're also fighting for the 4th. So that's why it creates so many wacky scenarios. If we have time, I'll pull up the playoff picture. I mean the playoff.
It's cool. It's cool because I'm there with you. I'm just making sure because the Colts, like I said, just like we just said, they could go up to 4 if the Titans lose and they win.
Right.
They just don't own any tiebreakers with anybody. They lost to everybody. Literally.
I'm going with the Browns though. I think Pittsburgh is, like Jerm said earlier. I mean, they're just if Mason Rudolph wins though, whoo-hoo, I'm gonna talk.
It's gonna be painful. Go ahead, Jay. Before I get my input on that.
Dog pound in the house today, man. They gotta have that one. I want to see him get to 11 wins because when the last time Cleveland won 11, Jerm?
And what?
They haven't had a winning season in forever.
It wasn't the 90s. They didn't win 11 games in the 90s.
94 they went 11-5.
They went 11-4.
Yeah.
That was the last time.
They went 11-5 with Belichick.
Okay, well, I thought it was like 89 or something. But hey, look. Good. Hey, good stat, Mo. I didn't know that. Hey, I threw my Browns encyclopedia away a long time ago.
Well, I still got my Belichick on active. So that's the only reason I know that. Ain't got nothing to do with the Browns.
So I mean, definitely, the Browns got to win this game, man. It can go from a situation where like we're happy we win 10 games, but now all of a sudden you've been put in a position where you need to win this game.
Yep.
How crazy! Like you should be happy that the Browns got 10, but now they have to get number 11.
Right.
Okay, so run. Nick Chubb, let Baker come off of those plays. He's got his receivers available again, so they should be ready for this game. I know guys like Germ So True is calling for Baker Mayfield's job. All right.
I ain't called for it. I just simply said.
Wow.
I ain't called for it. I just simply said that if he's not this coaching staff's guy, I mean, we got the Dwayne Haskins situation that just happened in Washington. If Baker Mayfield is not your guy, and next year he's scheduled to make $10 million, the following year you're going to pay him 25 to 30% of your cap. Mm-hmm. Is he your guy, and does he mask enough flaws on your team for you to pay him 25 to 30% of your cap? That's the question.
I hear you. And my take in that situation, I understand the cap. That's a big thing. That's a very important thing. My take in that situation is Baker's one of those guys that has progressed slowly throughout his career. He did it in high school. He did it in college. And now he's doing it in the NFL, which at least he is showing in certain situations that he can play. But yes, he will require a lot of money based on the market value that's coming up in 2 years. On to the next game real quick. On my docket, I have Ravens at the Bengals. Real quick, the injury report there. We got Calais Campbell We got Marlon Humphrey. We got Mark Ingram. We got Yannick Ngakoue. We got Jimmy Smith, Willie Snead, Marcus Peters, Gus Edwards, and DJ Fluker, all questionable for this game. I don't know if Mo, you got an update on that. And for the Bengals, real quick, William Jackson and Logan Wilson, linebacker and cornerback respectively, out for the Bengals.
I could try to pull up the inactive thing. Yeah, I could try to pull up the inactive thing after I get through these.
But go ahead. Yeah, let's get through the spread and stuff like that. We got the Ravens at a -13 for this game.
Oh my God. Why can't Ravens? So it's actually 12.5.
Okay.
Is what again, Vegas loves that half. You got to know that by now. Vegas absolutely loves that half. But over under is 44.5. I'm simply going to take Baltimore to win this game. I think they win it, and I think they secure that 5th seed, and that's the bottom line of it. Now, if they lose, that's when it becomes, well, they need the Dolphins, Colts, or the Browns even to lose. So they got to win. I got it right here. They got to win, Baltimore, Indy, or Cleveland. So ironically, the 2 cities that Baltimore used to be in need to lose for the current Baltimore Ravens team to get in. They win, they earn it. They lose, they need either the Colts or the Browns to lose. But I don't think that's going to happen. I think they're going to. I mean, I know Brandon Allen took a leave of absence from his Home Depot job to come play quarterback for the Bengals for a couple of weeks. But damn it, don't lose to him. Win this game and get your ass in the playoffs.
Real quick, 12-4. I see it again. I'm always here. Go ahead. I'm sorry. It's 12:04.
His birthday. His birthday, Vic. His birthday.
Okay. Yeah, he was lost. Vic was like,
okay.
12-4.
Yeah, I'm like,
is he throwing Illuminati, dude?
Go ahead. Is your Mo is done? Is your stage now, puppy?
Hey man, real quick, man. 12-4. Like I said, I'm always out here. I'm calling all 16. I'm calling every game right this week.
Okay.
This week, I got the Baltimore Ravens to win this game. If you don't win this game, Lamar Jackson, you never gonna hear the end of this one. Shouts out to Les in the comments. You said I want to get rid of everybody. I'm getting rid of Lester Stewart in the comments. That's the next thing. Eject your seat, cuz.
And he said he's picking against you. Every pick that you make.
So that means you gotta pick the Bengals. Aha! You about to lose every game this week. Aha! Go ahead, Jay.
Yo, man, shout out to Josh Storms, man. But Cincinnati Bengals representative. I think his Ohio deal is probably gonna get cut off for the rest of at least the next Monday when the Buckeyes play for the national title, because Ravens finna get in that ass today, man. That's just what it is.
Pads.
What's the Bengals record?
They are 14-1.
Yeah.
Y'all gonna be 4-11-1 in about 2 hours. It might not even take long for that one to go down, Josh.
Yeah.
And shout out to nephew Mason as well, because Mason was making picks as well. Josh was talking about that in the comments.
Shout out to Josh, man, because I've been letting him go petty crazy in views, because y'all know how much that annoys me, how much stuff is thrown in views. But I have to let him go because they beat the Steelers. All right, his squad beat the Steelers, and now his team is in the championship. His college football team. Shout out to Ohio State. We're gonna cover that. Josh, I expect you to be available to cover that game with us. So all that talking you doing on views, you gotta be available for us on that game.
Yes.
He don't run though. I give him that credit.
I love me some Josh. That's my boy. That's my guy. He ain't
gonna run from that grind. That's why I can respect.
And we'll get to the draft stuff too, because it's gonna be interesting to see what they do in the draft to protect Joe Burrow and stuff like that. But on to the next game. I got the Spirit Airlines, the Jets, the 2-13 guys that secured the number 2 overall pick in the draft. All right, when everybody said they should have been playing for number 1, but anyway, they're going over to New England to face the 6-9 Mo Schefter's Patriots.
Oh. Boy, I see you all about falsifying evidence in this show.
Go ahead, Mo. Cover this.
I don't want to, Coach. Over-under is 43. Patriots favored by 10. Look, Damn it. Look, damn it. I ain't even gonna say it.
Yo, you should hear
Patriots win.
You
That's
should
all
hear.
I'm gonna say.
Yeah, listen. You should hear Big Shot's impersonation of you.
Of me.
He said
Yes.
He said that you repeat things 2 or 3 times before you get the sentence out, and you just did it right now. So shout out to Big Shot. Shout out to Big Shot. Yo, you just go ahead, Jerm. Go ahead.
Listen. Shout out to Big Shot because he is not the first person to tell me that.
Bro, be like, listen.
Hey.
Big man.
Accent.
Big man. You want me to slap you? Slap you.
Yeah.
Hey, look, so hey, Les,
man.
you gotta take the Jets because I got the Patriots. See, you shouldn't be so spiteful, Chief. Let me go and get the Patriots so he can actually go ahead and lose again.
Mm.
Go ahead, Jay.
Hey, let's just be on my team, baby. We gonna win. I always win.
Hey man, if I'm left with this kind of choice, man, it's only one option that I'm allowed to select. I gotta take the Knicks, B. Bottom line, I gotta take the Knicks. Knicks by 5.
Oh man.
Y'all funny, man.
Yeah, I mean,
give me the Enterprise though. Give me the Enterprise.
Yeah. They better
curb stomp. Shouts out to Monday Night Rollins.
Hey,
yeah, because
Friday night now, but
because if the Patriots get double-digit losses, I'm gonna have fun with that. But
well,
I am too.
I'm gonna just shut up. I'm gonna shut up. Go ahead, Vic. I'm gonna shut up.
All right, so the next game on the docket, I have the Minnesota Vikings going to the Lions. Minnesota, just a disappointing team for me.
Definitely.
This is a squad that I thought could sneak into the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of talent there, but they just have not been able to get it. Let me real quick pull up the injury report. Mo, I want to cover the spread real quick because I lost it.
Yeah, I got you. So the spread in this game is 53. Over under is 3.5. The Vikings are 6-9. The Lions are 5-10. And I'm gonna just say this for Minnesota: if you end up finishing with the same record as Detroit, you really got a lot of self-evaluation to do.
Mm-hmm.
And it's truly, again, I have
nothing but
respect for Mike Zimmer. But he got to go. It's time he goes. It's time you get something new going on in there. We talk a lot about the talent pool in the NFL coaching society. There are some interesting, talented young coaches available.
Get them on the board.
And they're not clipboard drawers. They are football coaches. Make sure you get one of them. Don't give me somebody who can draw plays. Give me a football coach. Don't give me somebody who can look good in a tight tee and a visor. Give me a damn football coach, because that team is rebuilding. And while the core pieces that was so spectacular, the core pieces that made me call this team the biggest tease in football for the last 3 years, those guys are expiring. But guess what? The up and comers, they coming. So get somebody who can up their game.
Real quick, Jerm, before you go, I'm gonna just go over the injuries that are, the bigger names. We got Dalvin Cook, who is out with a non-injury related. I'm assuming they're just going to get him ready for the next season.
No, he had a family member pass away.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Shout out to that situation then, Dalvin Cook, and prayers for him and his family. Eric Kendricks is also out for this game, the outstanding linebacker for them. Mm-hmm. And then you got Kenny Golladay and Joe Dahl, guard, is out for the Lions, and Jamie Collins, Frank Ragnow, their outstanding center, and Matthew Stafford, who is expected to play. Those guys are questionable. Yeah. But, they're talking about, how Matthew Stafford just plays his butt off, even through injuries. In my opinion, I've been calling for him to be replaced for a couple years now. Again, he's an outstanding quarterback. He plays through a lot of injuries. But another guy that needs to move on. I think that the team needs to move on from him too.
And he needs to move on from them. It goes. This is a two-way street in this situation.
Yes. Go ahead, Jerm.
Listen, it's just this simple. Vikings, I'm gonna pick you. I'm picking you because you better win. That's all I gotta say. Mm-hmm. Jay, go ahead.
Well, we got first of all, shout out to Rube Baker from Major League Two. Vic don't know nothing about
No, he
that,
don't know nothing about that.
but
Yeah.
my man Mike Zimmer, he's about to be sent back to Omaha, and he don't even live there. That's just like my man Matt Patricia. He's already in Omaha.
Yeah.
He don't live there. But let me get Tim the Two Man Taylor in the Lions today with the win over Morris Day and Company. I don't know
Tim the
why.
Tool.
I don't know
Hey,
why.
man.
No playoffs for either one. So it's like, no playoffs for you, no playoffs for you.
Yeah, baby, hit him with it, Ham.
But I
You
got
know, man.
anytime I can get my man Tim the Two Man Taylor reference, man, because he's one of the dopest Detroit treasures.
Hey,
in television.
you know, Mick.
Yo, real quick, man, in the chat over here, shout out to the folks in the chat. Leon's sister checking in. I'm not gonna even read what she said, but
Yeah, well,
shout out
I knew
shout
you
out
was
to
gonna-
you.
see,
Shout
I
out to
knew
you,
you
Leon's
was
sister.
gonna read that comment.
Oh,
I knew you was gonna read that comment. I knew it.
Shout
Hey,
out to
man.
Leon's sister, man. Whoever she is, join us on the views.
Hey,
for
and Dion
the
said,
22.
Dion gonna say, hey, look, Dion said, send him a friend request so it ain't real. Hey, man, stop
Yo.
playing, man. Why
put
y'all
your
Anyway.
playing?
bid in, Vic. Put your bid
Anyway.
in.
So
Wait,
I'm
why'd
gonna
you read
put
the
my
comment, Vic?
bid in and get at you.
Hey, I'm trying to stay
Disrespect, but
focused
I
here.
want it bad
This is
as
my
they
first.
do.
It's my first time hosting the show. All right.
So what you mean? You can't handle a little blitz? Figure
Nope.
it out.
Nope, he
Yo.
can't handle it. It's hot in the kitchen.
Alabama.
Come on.
Said-
Linda.
Anyway,
Linda was the
everybody
pressure
ready.
defense.
Right. On the left.
Focus
Uh-huh.
here. All right. Are we done with the last game? Are we done with the last game? 'Cause
yes.
all right, thank you.
Yeah. Let's go.
Cowboys and
I know you was gonna
Giants.
turn. I know you was gonna turn red, bro. Dang, you all
You
right?
see that? You can
Hey,
Hey,
see
you
that?
flex.
Big Shot
He
got the
turned.
comment circle too. Big Shot.
He getting hot and stuff.
Hey man. Hey,
Tranquilo,
Anyway.
papi. Tranquilo.
Yo, real
Yo,
quick.
this
Real quick.
crazy.
Let's go to the next game, man.
I think I'm cute.
I
I
know
know
I'm
I'm
sexy.
sexy.
Oh my Lord Jesus.
I got the looks.
This game, this show has gotten off the tracks.
Hey, Ham, you
Shout
got
out to Big Shot.
you
Shout out to Big
got a
Shot.
sexy boy.
We
Yeah,
gonna get
smash the like
photos
button.
with the flex with that.
Yeah. Hey, views and views, baby. Anything less would be uncivilized.
Yes.
Yeah.
For real.
Oh, go ahead,
All right,
Vic. You got it.
listen, next
Last
game
1
on the
o'clock game.
docket.
Huddle up.
Yes. Last 1 o'clock game on the docket. We have the 6-9 Dallas Cowboys and the 5-10 Giants. This game has also playoff implications.
Mhm.
The Cowboys have dominated the series recently, folks.
Mhm.
7 straight wins for the Cowboys in this series. But I don't know about the spread. I think it's -2. But go ahead, Mo. You're gonna cover that.
So the
for me?
Giants are 3.5-point favorites. Over under is 46.5. I'm just gonna say this for the sake of saying it. From a football justice perspective, I would like to see Dallas win this game, and that way it gives them a lot to look forward to the Sunday night matchup. So again, for those keeping track at home, if Washington loses, the winner of this game will claim the division. And I'm just not in the mood to compliment anything Giants football. So give me Dallas to win this game.
Let's go Cowboys. You know, like my guy Vic right here, take the rope and give me the Cowboys. Hey, Les, you got to take the Giants. Go ahead,
Yeah,
Jay.
Go ahead, Jay.
Man, for the last month, really more than that, the NFC East has been slothfully important.
Yeah.
It's like, we about to probably have a 6 or 7 win winner of this division. And it really should be the Cowboys because to me, from what I've seen, which I try to stay away from a lot of real slow football that way, but it should be the Cowboys. They have the most talent. Give me the Cowboys in this one just because they go to New York and ain't no better. The Knicks run New York again. That's just how simple it is. Outside of the Brooklyn Nets. But give me the Cowboys, man, by Shit, what's the spread on that? 1.5,
I think it was a
2.5,
minus
3.5.
They'll win by a score 6.
Yeah, I mean, Cowboys definitely can make the playoffs. Real quick, Leighton Vander Esch is out for this game. To be honest with y'all, he hasn't been that good. To me, he hasn't been that good since they drafted him. But Cowboy fans, I know they're going to fight me with that one. But on to the next game. On the docket, I have, real quick, 49ers at the Seahawks. Again, this is another game with playoff implications. But go ahead, Mo, we cover that as well as the spread.
Yeah. So as far as playoff implications are concerned, the Seahawks are still playing for that number 1 seed. And for the Seahawks to get that number 1 seed, they need to win, plus New Orleans and Green Bay lose. New Orleans playing Carolina, Green Bay playing Chicago. Chicago is playing for something. New Orleans doesn't have Kamara, so there is still a real shot. So you're telling me there's a chance. There is still a real shot for the Seahawks to get in this number 1 seed. And it's not going to matter as much this year, but from a home field advantage side point, but I'll flip it at this. Because of this pandemic, the less you got to travel, the better. So that number 1 seed is still pretty important, even if there may not be no actual on the field advantage. I think Seattle, you talk about you better. It ain't even a you better here for Seattle. Like, San Francisco is a good team. Shout out to them. A lot of credit to Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch. No matter who they play, this team is not going to be awful, no matter who's playing, because of Kyle Shanahan and Robert Saleh and John Lynch and the culture and the staff and the personnel that they have. But regardless, Seattle, you need to continue to climb. You need to continue to approach your peak, because this is the time to play at your peak. It's grown man football time. Get it done today.
Sure.
Let me get that caw-caw, the Seahawks or whatever they make. Let me get the Seahawks. Go ahead, Ham.
Man, to borrow a famous quote from my man, the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, in regards to the Seattle Seahawks, they wined and dined with kings and queens.
Yeah.
And they slept in alleys and dined on pork and beans.
Ooh.
They out there. Let me get them to get that win today. They move on. They may get the number 1 seed if they don't, but it's a good, strong finish to the campaign. I like that.
Yeah, so real quick, the injury report, they got DJ Dallas for the Seahawks. He's the running back. He's used a lot in a lot of different packages, including in special teams. He is out for this game. Mike Iupati, Greg Olsen, and Demarius Randall are questionable. And it looks like the 49ers are sitting out a couple guys. They got Brandon Ayuk, Deebo Samuel, Javon Kinlaw, Drake Greenlaw, who is their outstanding linebacker, and Quan Williams, cornerback, as well as Richard Sherman is out for this game.
Yeah.
So I mean, the Seahawks, like y'all said, they gotta be able to win this game.
Yeah.
And definitely secure the spot and the chance for the number 1 spot in the conference. Next game on the
Real quick, Vic. I'm sorry not to cut you off.
Mm-hmm.
Just some slight breaking news, nothing major, but could be impactful. Kellen Moore has been signed to a 3-year extension to remain as the Cowboys' offensive coordinator. Not bad.
That's interesting because Boise State was really going after him,
right,
to be their head coach,
right.
And just
he's one who helped put that Boise State program on the map too. So that would have been a good look for him in that one. But hey, if you want to stay in the show,
that's it.
Right, and so that's real quick. That's a situation where he had a chance to go be the head coach of his favorite college team, or be with the Cowboys. And the Cowboys, of course, is another situation where they probably outbid everybody
right
for this man's services.
Right.
So and that's, I mean, they excel at things like that.
Mm-hmm.
So shout out to that situation there. Next game on the docket, I got the Green Bay Packers traveling over to Leicester. Shout out to Les and his Chicago Bears, as well as Leon Williams, right? Leon Williams, also our resident Chicago Bears fan, like Germ said. They get into the playoffs, win this game, we can do some film study. I think we should do some film study for Leon anyway in the future, but we can probably do it this week.
If we, that's the only reason why I said that is because we didn't
Right.
get a chance to get to it when we wanted to. So
right.
just that's why I hope they get in, so it'll be fun.
So real quick, Packers at Bears. Mo, you want to cover the spread on that?
Yeah. So the spread on this is 48.5. Oh, sorry, the over-under is 48.5. The Packers are 5.5 point favorites. Now let's review. Packers win, they're the number 1 seed. Bears win, they get into the playoffs. But if the Bears happen to lose, if the Cardinals lose, they get in. If there's a tie in both of these games, the Bears also get in. But just to refresh, the Cardinals have to lose to the Rams if the Bears lose. With no Jared Goff and no Cooper Kupp, that is very unlikely to happen. So Chicago needs to win to get in. And I'm going to tell you this. I promise you, deep down, there's some Bears fans saying, I hope we lose because I do not want Matt Nagy and Mitch Trubisky for another 5 years. I'm going with the Packers regardless to win.
Sure.
Torn in between the two because I really want to pick the Bears just to spite Lester. But see, here's the difference. I'm not gonna spite him. I'm gonna let him have his funky Bears because I'm gonna take the winning team this week, which is called me Pac-Man. My ghost is blue. Give me the Packers.
Okay.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Giordano's in Chicago. It's fine deep dish pizza. Straight up. Give me 12 though. Cheese 12, that is.
So real quick, some big injury news there for the Packers. Their outstanding left tackle. I mean, you could argue that this dude is the best pass blocking tackle in football. David Bakhtiari has torn his ACL in practice this week. That is huge news for the Packers. So shout out to him and a quick recovery so he could be ready ASAP. For the Bears, we got cornerback Jalen Johnson, cornerback Buster Skrine out. And then they also have Cole Kmet, Cordarrelle Patterson, and their tight end Demetrius Harris, who they use for blocking, questionable for this game. I'm taking the Bears in this game. I think that the Packers, I think that the Packers might rest some guys, and I think the Bears have a chance to win this game. It's going to be interesting to see what happens with Mitch.
I'm rolling with you, Vic. Give me the Bears. Give me the Bears. Give me Khalil Mack. Give me Akeem Hicks, Roquan Smith, Danny Trevathan. Give me the Bears.
Yes.
I'm laughing because we about to get
Dancer, on Dasher, on Prancer, on Vixen, Comet and Cupid and Donner and Blitzen. Hey man, shut up. Hey, Packers all day. What you mean?
We about to get invaded because Germ over here lunching.
Hey.
He already let us know.
That's an MJ gift.
So on to the next game on the docket. I have the Saints going over to the Panthers. The Saints, like I said earlier, they have Alvin Kamara out with COVID, with a COVID situation. We don't know exactly what that relates to.
He had a situation on his hands when he got COVID. He did. About 3 of them to be exact.
Right. All right. Well, anyway, Josh Hill, tight end, and Marcus Williams, their outstanding safety, is out. For the Panthers, you got Brian Burns, who has been an outstanding pass rusher for them. Mike Davis, Christian McCaffrey, Russell Okung, the tackle, and Troy Proud Jr. They are all doubtful for this game. It says Saints here, Mo, -6.5 on the spread, but go ahead and cover that.
Yep, 6.5 it is. Over under is 50.5. You know what? I'm gonna take it back, Vic. I apologize. I'm gonna leave you alone. Give me the Packers to win. I don't want to see this. I don't want to see the Saints host that number 1 seed because, quite frankly, they don't deserve it. So give me the Saints to win this game and give me the Packers to win their game because the Saints just don't deserve to be the number 1 seed.
Well, see the Aints, because I take the S off. The Aints or whatever the case like that. Like I don't really mess with them like that, but then we got the Panthers and they don't scratch nobody. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna take the Aints because you know the Aints ain't getting scratched by the Panthers. See how I did there. Go ahead, Jay.
I ain't got nothing on this one, man. I mean, I couldn't even think of nothing creative. I was over here thinking of no limit lines, cash money records lines. It's like it ain't even worth it for the Saints right now. But they'll win the game. You know, they'll win the game and we'll move on. They'll get the 2 seed.
Yup.
All right, on to the next game on the docket. Another big game. Bigger than this game is bigger than I thought. When I talked to Mo this morning, he brought up how the Rams are obviously still in the playoff race, but also the Cardinals. We got the Arizona Cardinals traveling over to the Rams again. No Jared Goff, and no Cooper Kupp with COVID related situation for him as well. But also they got Micah Kaiser is out with a knee injury. They also have Cam Akers and Leonard Floyd questionable in this game. As for the Cardinals, you got Budda Baker, Darrell Daniels, Chase Edmonds, Larry Fitzgerald, Max Williams, who is a big blocker for them at the tight end position, all questionable. And Christian Kirk is also out with COVID-related symptoms or situation as well. Mo, go ahead with the spread.
So the spread on this game over under is 42.5. The Rams, again, this is weird. I don't know why they have it like this. They're still 4.5 point favorites, which maybe I just wrote that down wrong. The Rams are 9-6. Cardinals are 8-7. Look, I don't see how Arizona can lose this game. They get into the playoffs if they win. And the Rams are doing you a favor by not starting Cooper Kupp. Well, not by choice, obviously, but Jared Goff getting that surgery on his thumb, and Arizona, and then Cooper Kupp on the COVID-19 list because of contact tracing. So this is where the pandemic becomes even more to the spotlight, because here you have a Week 17 playoff clinching scenario. It's basically a playoff game, and Cooper Kupp is not going to be there. But bigger news, obviously, being that Jared Goff thing. I'm going to pick the Cardinals to win, and I'm going to pick them to get into the dance. And if they get in, I know they're going to be 9-7, but there's still a lot of talent on this roster. So if they win, they are a sneaky team to keep an eye on, depending on who they play in the first round next weekend. So give me the Cardinals to win this game in a You Better special.
I just can't get away from the Rams these days.
I know. It's a shame.
You know,
it's a shame. It's a shame how the Rams and the Cardinals are both in this position. They should be in this position fighting for making the Seahawks nervous as well.
Right.
Not the Bears. You don't need to be making the Bears nervous. You need to be making the Seahawks nervous.
Give me the little birds. Give me the little birds over the little fake goats. I ain't taking. I hope the birds just peck the hell out of these damn goats. Tired of these folks. Go ahead, Ham.
Yo, who started that quarterback for the Rams?
I didn't even check, Jay. I know it's not Blake Bortles. So
that's a great question, man. We need to check that.
I'm seeing some cat named John Wolford. Who in the bluest of blue hells is John Wolford?
It doesn't matter who he is.
Hey, let me tell you something. Listen, I hate to say this, but he be the dude to come out and throw for 4 touchdowns.
I swear. I'm talking about straight
and Patrick Peterson, and all you see is Patrick Peterson looking like,
yeah.
With that being said, man, give me the Scottsdale crew, man. Arizona.
I like that one.
Yeah, I mean, this game is going to be huge even bigger on Aaron Donald and Jalen Ramsey. They're going to have a lot of defense they're going to have to play today.
That's what frustrates me about the Rams, because it's like, yo, y'all got 2 of the best football players on earth.
Period.
On that side of the football.
Yup.
Yes.
And we go back to Thanksgiving and we go back to the Shefty Power Rankings, and it's like, yo, y'all was up here with it.
What happened?
They drank too much eggnog.
They gotta drink the coquito, man.
Hey, tell him about that coquito, Vic.
The best drink on earth. The best drink on earth. All right, so next game on the docket, I got the 6-9 Los Angeles Chargers going over to the Kansas City 14-1 Kansas City Chiefs. For what I'm gathering, Mo and fellas, Chiefs is gonna sit about everybody in this game. There's no need for them. They have clinched number 1 spot, right, Mo?
Yes. They're the only ones.
Right. So everybody's gonna be mostly out for this game. Chargers gonna have Joey Bosa, Brian Bulaga, Casey Hayward, Malik Jefferson, and Rashawn Jenkins out for this game. Again, might just be sitting out everybody getting ready for next season. But go ahead, Mo, cover the spread on that.
45 is the spread. The Chiefs are actually still the favorites. Hey, man, give me the Chiefs. Give me the Chiefs.
Well, again, Mo, I'm picking every game right this week, so you're wrong. The Chargers. Give me the let's go Chargers.
I really don't know. It really don't matter. So I just take Kansas City. Just, I really wish that Jern would have picked Kansas City, because last time I was on the show, he picked Kansas City and we did the Jackson 5 groove off the Kansas City joint. You know what I'm saying?
We could have. If I was going to Kansas City, hey, if Mahomes was playing a quarter, in 1 quarter, I would have said, I'm going to Kansas City. Kansas City, here I come. Ooh. Bop, bop. I'm going to Kansas City. Kansas City, here I ooh.
Yeah.
Hey, that's my jam right there. Hey, listen, shouts out to the Jackson's American Dream, man. I need to watch that this week, G. What?
Yeah, Vic, what we got next?
So next on the docket, we got the Tennessee Titans headed over to the Houston Texans. Tennessee, again, playoff implications with this game for them. Yep. Derrick Henry, who is in MVP conversation, trying to go for 2,000 yards. He is 223 yards short.
And this is the team to go get it for.
Yep.
Yeah, no, and last week, it was a little disappointing. We thought that with the Packers, he could kind of bring that down a little bit, make it easier for this last game. But hey, I mean, the way the
98.
Texans,
he did have 98 on 23 carries. It's just a game, man. Tannehill was terrible last week, bro. If you're gonna play like that, don't even get in the dance, bro. Like, go home, go home.
No, it was a bad game. It was a bad game overall for the whole football team. With Derrick Henry is just one of those situations where it's just going to be a lot of volume. He's a high volume running back. He's going to get above 90 yards per game, if minimum probably. So again, like you said, this is a game where 223 yards against the 31st ranked run defense, which is a surprise. They're not 32nd. It's more than possible. But go ahead, Mo, with the spread and any other news on that.
Yeah, so the spread in this game for Houston versus Houston, Tennessee at Houston, over-under is 56. Tennessee 4.5-point favorites. AFC South division crown implications here. The Titans win, they get the division. If they don't win, they need the Colts to lose, and they will still get that division. If they lose and the Colts win, that put the Titans waiting for a wild card spot, and they would need either the Ravens or the Dolphins to lose. So again, if they win, they're in. If they lose and the Colts win, they lose the South. If they lose, they need Baltimore or the Dolphins to lose in order to still make the playoffs. So handle your business against, like Vic said, one of the worst running defenses in the NFL, period.
Jerome?
I just pick the Titans. Let's just make it simple.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Jake.
I didn't even make a pick, if you notice.
Yeah, I don't like that because we got to pick.
No, they better win.
Oh, okay.
It's a must win.
Shout out to Deshaun Watson, man. He balled out through some real adversity, but I think D. Henry gonna run for about 225, 230 today, man. Go ahead and make that happen.
Yeah,
that would put him at 2,000, right?
Yeah, 223 short.
Okay.
Trav, the Jackson 5 is not a 3-syllable group. The does not qualify it as a 3-syllable group.
Excuse me, Webster. Technically, you are pronouncing it, so it makes it a syllable.
I'm letting him know they're called Jackson 5.
The Jackson 5. Go ahead, Vic.
They're called Jackson 5.
Yeah,
look it up on Tidal.
Shout out to Deshaun Watson because he put up.
It is Jackson 5.
He put up MVP numbers this season. Excuse me, guys. Let me get control of the show again.
Oh, okay.
Deshaun, all right, put himself into MVP conversation if this football team was a better football team. He did his job. I mean, probably the only guy that did his job consistently all season long.
And 99.
And 99. I got to give that guy credit. I hope he comes back. I hope he can come back. But the next game on the docket, I got the 1-14 Jaguars, who solidified themselves the first overall pick in this draft.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we will soon be talking about that. Going over to Indianapolis to see the 10-5 Colts. Real quick, the injury report on that. I lost it again. Go ahead, Mo, with the cover while I game.
I got you. So the over-under in this game is
it 48?
Excuse me, 48.5. Again, with that half. Excuse me, Jacksonville is getting 12.5 points in this game. Again, the playoff implications for this one. The Colts need to win and Tennessee to lose in order to get that AFC South crown. But the Colts, if they lose, they're out completely. But if they win, they are the only team that needs a win and a loss. The rest of these teams win and get in. The Colts are the only team that they need a win plus a loss elsewhere by the Titans, Browns, Ravens, or Dolphins. So the Colts are the ones who are right now on the bubble on the outside looking in. But they're going to win this game. They're going to win this game.
Colts. Thank you. Give me the horseshoes.
Doug Marrone, he on his way back to Omaha too. They don't even live there either. So yeah, we're gonna roll with the Colts.
Mm-hmm. I see you, April, with the waffles and the champagne and the iPad.
Phillip Rivers might need to be on his way back to Omaha too, though. Just saying.
Yeah, go coach high school football, Chief.
Hey, develop a few quarterbacks.
Yeah.
It's new.
Real quick on the injury report: Jaguars, DJ Shark, outstanding receiver for them, young receiver. James Robinson, outstanding undrafted running back, had a great season. They're both out. Get them ready for next season. They will for sure have a new quarterback playing with them. And the Colts will have Michael Pittman is questionable with a concussion. But on to the next game on the docket. I have the Las Vegas Raiders, 7-8, going over to the Broncos. Both these teams are out, right, Mo? So we can get out of we can get through this one real quick. Give me the Raiders to win this game. Give me Darren Waller. All right, shout out to April to get the reception record for the Raiders. He needs about, I think, 6 more catches to pass Tim Brown for the the Raiders catch reception.
I see you, Vic.
All that just to go talk about it next week from his couch. Damn shame. Give me the Raiders to win this game.
Wow. Yeah, I mean,
rub it in on them,
Raiders.
Yeah, give me the MGM Grand Raiders, man.
Yeah, Vic.
April might kill me for that one, but that's what y'all are.
Yo, next game on the docket. It is the last game of Sunday. We got the FC Washington.
There you go.
The Washington football
team.
He
caught himself.
I was about to say it. You seen that? I was about to say it.
Good job.
The 6-9 Washington team going over to Philadelphia for the 4-10 Eagles. It looks like the Eagles are folding right before our eyes.
This is the hardest game of the week to pick.
The hardest game. I think the rest can. I mean, oh my God. I think the Washington football team.
Yeah, you gave you too much credit too fast. As soon as he seen Leon's sister was back in the comments, he just hey man, jeez.
Let me get it out. Let me give me the football team to win this game. I'm gonna just get my prediction out. I think that pass rush is gonna be crazy. But the biggest news is the Carson Wentz stuff coming out of there. But go ahead, Mo, cover everything else, please.
Yeah, so basically 42 and a half, 4-point favorites for Washington. Give me Washington, Chief. They are a much better football team. Alex Smith deserves this. Ron Rivera deserves this. I am sorry. I promise you, after they win this game, I promise you, I will have the name, date of birth, credit score, and everything of the Washington VP, because I keep forgetting his name. But shout out to those three. They deserve this. Give me Washington to win. Hey, talked about poker and gambling and all that. You got to know when to fold them, know when to hold them. Hold on to Carson Wentz, fold Doug Peterson, and fold Howie too if he wants to get rid of Carson Wentz. Please. Give me Washington.
You see this dime? I'm about to flip it because I don't know who to pick.
Why a dime? Oh, you know how to handle dimes? That's what it is.
That's what it is. That's what it is.
Heads is the home team. Tails is the away team. The away team is the Washington football team. And, I got tails. Tails never fails. Yes, it does. Always keep your head up. No chasing tails.
I ain't even got no coin, but heads, the Eagles slaw as hell. Tails, the Eagles slaw as hell. I'm not picking them. Shout out to Jalen Hurts, though. He out there trying to do his thing and all that chaos. But nah, man, I'm not. Y'all, it's y'all fault actually. I let y'all influence me on this stench that the Eagles got on them all year, and it's legit. I can't even really blame y'all. I'm just blaming y'all because it's fair to blame y'all. I ain't blame y'all for shit all year. But give me the Redskins. I almost called them the Redskins too. Give me FC, whatever they are.
Football Club Washington, baby.
Shout out to Joe Mavoy.
Yeah, they got Antonio Gibson and Terry McLaurin and Alex Smith are questionable, but they all should be available for this game. But real quick,
Chase Young playing.
Tayshaun who?
Chase Young.
Chase Young.
Chase Young. Oh yeah.
That's all I need to know.
That's all you need to know. All right. So it's 12:44 right now. Shout out to everybody on the chat. I'm gonna give these guys this smoke here. All right. I'm gonna need them to take out a piece of paper and a pen for this. All right. Bear with me. It's a little bit of data I collected last night. It took me a long time, folks. All right. Shout out to everybody that's in the chat. Thank you for still being with us. All right. So real quick, let me make sure I got everything ready here. I wanted to talk about the MVP race today, Mo. All right. I wanted to talk. There is 5 guys that I think are in the MVP conversation.
How do you spell MVP? Yeah.
Most valuable player. All right. So I was intrigued about some information that I ran into. QB data mine. All right. In 2019, out of the 5 guys, I got Russell Wilson, I got Josh Allen, I got Pat Mahomes, I got Tom Brady, all right, and I got Aaron Rodgers as the 5 guys, quarterbacks in this MVP discussion for the 2020 season. Russell Wilson had 33 screenplays last season in 2019. Josh Allen had 53. Pat Mahomes had 61. Brady had 63. And Aaron Rodgers was second in the league with the most screenplays at 91 screenplays, behind Kyler Murray with 105. So I wanted to find out this season how many screenplays each of these quarterbacks had to throw. They are the highest percentage throws. They are right behind the line of scrimmage. Very simple throws, right? That information is not available yet. So what I decided to go is to shout out to Next Gen Stats, who will show you the passes behind the line of scrimmage. Now, again, bear with me, folks. It is important, we have stressed this, for a quarterback to use his dump off, to use his passes in the flats and things like that. But it is a high percentage throw, which means they should be able to complete it, right, as professionals. So for the top 5 guys that I mentioned in our MVP race, number 5 has 81 completions out of 101 behind the line of scrimmage for 5 touchdowns, 21% of his completions behind the line of scrimmage. Okay. 21%. That is Josh Allen with the least amount of throws completed behind the line of scrimmage. Number 4, 89 completions for 101 attempts behind the line of scrimmage for 23% is Tom Brady. Okay, so only 89 completions out of 375 at the line of scrimmage or behind for 1 touchdown and 1 interception. Number 3, Pat Mahomes, 98 completions behind the line of scrimmage for 123 attempts for 8 touchdowns and 25% completion percentage behind the line of scrimmage.
What?
I mean, I'm sorry, 25% of their completed throws. Did you get that?
Oh, okay.
So 25 of their completed throws behind the line of scrimmage.
Okay, I got you.
My fault. If I didn't make that clear.
You know, I wasn't sure at first. Okay, go ahead.
Yes, Pat Mahomes with 25% of his completed passes behind the line of scrimmage for 8 touchdowns. Okay.
Okay, that makes a lot more sense.
Out of his 38, 8 touchdowns out of his 38. Number 2 on this list had 96 completions out of 103 attempts. That is 26% of his completions behind the line of scrimmage. Is Russell Wilson with also 4 touchdowns, and Jerm is gonna laugh at this one. The 3 interceptions that we saw that he had behind the line of scrimmage this season. And number 1 on this list is Aaron Rodgers, who is being discussed as the MVP for this season. Okay, listen up. Folks, bear with me. I know you guys are like, here goes Vic and the views from the 22 crew with the Aaron Rodgers hate. But these are just the numbers that nobody wants to talk about. All right. He is leading the MVP race as far as I'm hearing with my own ears. He has 128 out of 148 attempts behind the line of scrimmage for 36% of his completion percentage.
Damn.
70%.
That's a high number.
He has 70% completion percentage this season. 36% of that is behind the line of scrimmage for 6 touchdowns. He is not my MVP. Give me Josh Allen. I'm done. Give me Josh for MVP. Shout out to Kevin Watson, who does not join us on the show. I will get at him later, but give me Josh Allen for MVP this season.
Listen,
that was fun.
Listen, all right. Those were some very good numbers, and you were doing good. Hey, Pat Mahomes is the MVP. I don't think it should be any discussion. He is by far the most valuable player. If we going off of straight up value, shovel pass.
Listen. Oh wait, I'm not even done. Pat Mahomes leads the league with 47% of yards after catch. 47%.
Okay.
Aaron Rodgers has 50% of his passing yards are yak.
Right. And that yak stat.
Kansas City has the most, yak after, yards after catch.
Right.
When it comes to their passing offense.
I got you. Let's look. There's a lot of numbers to dive into. And each one of those numbers means something, especially that yak. That yak is not just an isolated stat. You got to look at it, plus other numbers, plus the way they play, plus the receivers, there's a lot that goes.
There's a lot of factors, but that's right. And that's my point is there is a lot more factors than just the superficial, this many touchdowns, this many yards, passing yards, this many completions. There's a lot of reasons. He has a heck of a lot of completions behind the line of scrimmage. If you watch these Packer games, if you watch these Kansas City games, there is a lot of screen passes. There's a lot of passes behind the line of scrimmage. Give me Joshua Allen for MVP, please. But go ahead.
Request denied. But all right,
I'm gonna tell you how cold that game is, considering the fact that Aaron is doing a lot behind the line of scrimmage, and This is the same Lamp who used to murder Aaron for taking the 2 minute chances downfield unnecessarily. But you're gonna go Josh Allen on him. You a cold game, Vic. I like it though.
Hey, but listen, yo, like I said, they've simplified the offense for him the last 2 years. Again, they're making him take down his check down a lot, but there is a lot of screen passes. I mean, again, Davante Adams has been outstanding, taking nothing from him. Aaron Rodgers has also been outstanding, but there is a lot of passes within the line of scrimmage in 5 yards for those two guys. Something that we attack, that we like to give a lot of slack to Michael Thomas about. We call him, slant boy and stuff like that. Davante Adams, and they take their shots downfield when they need to. It's a great game plan. Don't get me wrong. Great game plan. That's how you win football games. But let's not crown this guy the best in the league like he has been when this offense has had to be simplified to make it a little bit better for him.
Yep. Whoo, listen. Great job, Vic. That was the first time Vic hosted a full show, especially a week 17 like this. There was a lot of information to get to you. We hope you enjoyed it. We know we went longer than we expected. We're about an hour, 23 minutes right now, about 7. And we're still about 10, 11 minutes till kickoff actually happens. We're about 7 minutes from 1 o'clock right now. So we appreciate everybody for tuning in. We appreciate everybody in the comments. No doubt about it. We appreciate everybody who's been riding with us for the last 17 weeks. Hey, this is where it gets good. This is where it gets good. Make sure you tune in. Make sure you have your notifications turned on. Make sure you following us on Instagram, the.scene. Make sure you following us on Twitter as well, because we're going to be dropping some things. We have a show Monday. We have a show Thursday. We have a show Saturday. We have a show Sunday. So we got 4 action-packed shows coming at you this week, along with some film stuff. Yeah. Last thing we're going to do before we close out the show and close out the regular season finale. As always, it is week 17, so there are incentives at play in week 17. Jason Pierre-Paul can get $350,000 if he has 2.5 sacks. Michael Brockers is on a snap thing. If he plays 65% of the snaps, he gets $750,000. That's some decent change right there. Emmanuel Sanders, he needs 8 catches to get $500,000. Drew Brees better get him those 8 catches. Devontae Parker needs 4 catches and 73 yards for $750,000. That's a lot of money as well.
And I don't think is he questionable? I think, did we say he was questionable or he was out?
I think he's questionable, but he's been questionable for the last 19 and a half weeks. Leonard Floyd is a big one. Half a sack of Aaron Rodgers gets him $1.25 million. Half a sack. Hey, you better see Aaron Rodgers like a lion sees a gazelle. You better get him. Hey, all you got to do is get his shoelaces as somebody tackling him, and you're going to get $1.25 million. Andy Dalton, if the Cowboys win and FC Washington loses, he gets $1 million. And then Tom Brady, he needs to finish top 5 in passing yards. He is currently at that, but he needs to have a good performance today to stay at that, and he will cash in $562,000 as well. So
I don't know where Mo gets in this information, but I love. It's not the first time you've done this.
I know.
I think you did it last year too.
I know. There's a lot more, but those are the big ones.
Real quick, let's stay coming out with smoke. I could keep going. All right, I'm not gonna keep going. I'm gonna tell you one thing. Aaron Rodgers has led the league in passes behind the line of scrimmage for 3 years in a row already. But we're not talking about that, right? We love the little pretty ballerina throws that he throws in the air and they catch it for him. Anyway,
back in '88. Yeah.
Anyway, again, I don't know. Anybody else got anything?
Back in '88, Les was getting chased in this building.
I got more numbers for Les. He knows we're gonna do
man,
it in
Les.
DC.
Hey, shouts out to Les because he just trolled the whole time in the comments. Bro. That's cool. That's cool. He be trolling the whole time. But back in '88, you wouldn't have been trolling in my comments, Chief. How about that?
Coach Les.
Gin Rummy.
Shout out to Les and his basketball knowledge, man. He knows a lot of basketball coaching. I forgot where he's at coaching. I know where you guys know where he's at, but
he's in that big YO Ming.
Oh, okay. Chicago guy hanging out in Wyoming, but all right.
Big sky country. Big sky country.
I mean, you know, they used to it because in Chicago, you buy your coat from there. They winter serious. You buy your coat from Chicago. If you're gonna go to Chicago, don't do that.
I want
right,
that
three.
nice Chicago, but the Giordano's, baby. That's all I need.
Hey man, I just need to get this mild sauce that everybody keep talking about. That's
Yeah,
all.
that mild sauce I hear is on here too. You're right. I might need to
Yeah.
get with that.
I ain't gonna have to go on. But that being said, hey man, look, check this out. True Man False World reporting from the views from the 22 crew live on the scene. We just wanted to let y'all know that it's been a great year kicking it with y'all. We got bonus coverage coming up for y'all tomorrow, as Mo already said. We're gonna have some lab shows. We're gonna have some things going on this weekend. I'm putting together as we speak the national championship show for those guys. Hey man, just stick around, keep those notifications always on, locked and
Yes.
loaded.
Yep.
True Man, Vic Jr., Mo Schefter, Godfather, Big Brother